This workout builds max strength in your dips and chin-ups and grows muscle in the upper body. In this video, I'll explain the 1-5 overload method, which is allowing me to add 3 kilograms or 6.5 pounds to my dips and pull-ups every week. I'll share how I combine flexibility and strength training into one workout, optimal rest periods between sets for strength training, and what supplementary exercises to use for maximum muscle growth. This is what we call the primary exercises, the primary component of the strength training workout. So it's the 2 compound lifts where this is the only part of the workout where I'm actually doing max strength training, because after I've finished my primary exercises, I'm not at full strength, so I'm incapable of producing max effort. So I'm doing the 1-5 method. So the first set of both exercises is 1 rep, and then the second set is 5 reps, and then I repeat that for 3 waves, so 1-5, 1-5, 1-5, so 6 sets in total. And last week I did a PB on 37 kilograms, and this week I'm aiming for a PB on 40 kilograms, which is 88 pounds. So you reverse engineer your workout so that you always want to finish on the heaviest when you're doing strength training. So on my last round of 1 rep, I'm going to do 40 kilograms. So in the second round, I'm doing 37, which was what I did last week. And in the first round, I did 34, a little bit lighter. And so that's how you really push yourself with strength training. And man, that set of pull-ups, I set the weight up incorrectly. So it was pushing really uncomfortably on my balls, and I couldn't do the eccentric phase very easily. So I'll have to do that better next time. And in the primary workout in the UMS, the Unified Movement System, that's where we do flexibility training as well. So what I'm doing is I'm really working on some hamstring flexibility at the moment, so I'm doing some compression strength, so end range contractions, which I always do before I do loaded stretching, and it hacks the nervous system, allows you to go deeper. And then I'm doing a dorsiflexed Jefferson curl hold, so just holding at the end and doing it as a loaded stretch there. So I do that between the dips and the pull-ups. And then after the pull-ups, I just completely rest to recover for the next round. So it's a great way to use active recovery. So instead of just sitting there doing nothing, I'm using the time to get flexible, which means that I can get strength and flexibility training done in the same time as it takes to get one workout, which is the real secret sauce of the UMS. All right, so for my 5 reps, we do 1-5 method. You drop the weight back. And last week I PB'd on 17 kilograms, but man, it was really hard. So this week my goal is to do 18 kilograms, which means in my last set, so you reverse engineer the workout for where you plan to finish. Your workouts have to be very, very specific with strength training if you want to see increases. That's what progressive overload is. So last week I did 17. If I can do 18 this week, then that's improvement, and I'm going to adapt. So my last set I'll do 18 kilograms, second set 16 kilograms, so first set 14 kilograms. So I don't know what 14 kilograms is in pounds, but 18 kilograms is about 40 pounds. So it's really good. I'm making huge strength improvements, which is unreal for me because I've had a slap tear in both shoulders, and I've spent years just really refining the way that I train and building muscle. Like I spent the last 2 years focusing on building muscle, and I put on, I don't know, I guess about 8 kilograms of muscle, so about 17 pounds. So I built muscle, and now I'm really focusing on building max strength, getting to 1 RM on a chin up for 45 kilograms which is half my body weight, and the same with a dip. And then I'll have a goal of being able to do 8 chin-ups and 8 dips with 20 kilograms or 44 pounds on the dip belt as well. That's a really good strength standard to be able to start working on more advanced calisthenics like one-arm pull-ups and handstand push-ups. And I'm also doing some one-arm pull-up training now for the first time in ages. So you'll see me after I've done my primary workout. I'm going to do some isometric contractions to condition the tendons in the arms, getting ready for one-arm chin-up training, which is one of my big goals this year. All right, this is it. Next set's my max set. So I'm doing 40 kilograms on the dip, 88 pounds. I weigh 90 kilograms, about 200 pounds at the moment. Is that right? I think it is. So it's getting close to half my body weight, very close. This is going to be a huge personal best for me. I've never lifted this much weight before on a dip or a pull-up, chin up. And this is after slap tears. So the strongest I've ever been in my life is after having the worst injuries I've ever had, a slap tear in both shoulders. So this is going to be a huge achievement. I should talk about rest time now as well. When you do max strength training like this, it is ideal to have longer rest times between your sets. So I'm doing about 3 minutes rest between sets, which means I do a set of pull-ups, hamstring flexibility work as active recovery, 3 minutes after my pull-ups, dips first, 3 minutes after my dips, set of pull-ups, then I do nothing for 3 minutes, and then back to my dips. So by the time I get back to the dips, it's been almost 7 minutes since I did the last set of dips. which is optimal for strength training. You know, a 7-minute rest period, long rest periods. All right, here we go. Woo! That is such a massive achievement for me. I'm so happy with that. My goal this program phase is to get to my 50% body weight pull up and dip, which is 45 kilograms, 100 pounds, I guess, and 101 pounds. And every week I've added 3 kilograms to my max lift. So week 1 it was 34, week 2 37, now 40. So I'll do 43 kilograms next week, and then I'll try for 45 or 46 in my final week of this program phase. So massive achievement, I'm so happy with it. And then I'll do some consolidation work. I'll do a phase where I'll focus on 8 reps, and I'll really try to bring that strength into volume with a goal of being able to do by the end of that 8 reps at 20 kilograms or 44 pounds. And then when I get that, and you'll see in a minute, I'm doing some specific work for one-arm pull-ups as well. At the end of that, I'm potentially going to resume my pursuit of specific training for one-arm pull-ups and handstand push-ups. I might do another 1 or 2 program phases of max strengths on dips and pull-ups just to really lock it in before I start going to the handstand push-up progressions and the one-arm pull-up progressions. We'll see. But it's such a big achievement for me because after slap tears, I just had to completely rebuild my body. And I've spent the last 4 years doing that, you know, just really building my strengths and focusing on the weak links and getting everything up to a point where I'm like, yeah, I can comfortably start pushing myself now and making great progress. So it's all about, you know, having a goal and working out the steps of how to get there, and then, you know, being smart and consistent with your training. And if I can do it, if I can overcome injuries like this and become stronger than I've ever been before without surgery, I don't see why any of you guys can't either. All right, now I'm going to do a personal best for 5 reps. Now I'm doing some specific training for one-arm pull-ups. So this is an isometric contraction where I'm using 3 fingers on my other hand to assist me because I can't hold my full body weight with one arm yet. So this is building up strength in the tendons, really. This is conditioning the tendons, especially the tendons of the wrist and the forearm and the bicep, to be able to handle the load of a one-arm pull-up, because it's just so much more demanding than a normal pull-up. And the first time that I worked on one-arm pull-ups, I got the worst golfer's elbow and I couldn't do any pulling training for a while. So I'm not going to do that again this time. And then I'm into my supplementary exercises. So the goal here is really to build more muscle mass in my chest, my lats, and my upper back. And so I'm just doing higher volume here. So lower weights, I'm doing sets of 8 reps, and I'm really trying to go to failure, doing 3 sets of the dumbbell chest press here, then moving into, well, pairing it with a ring row. So I do always alternating exercises. So, you know, creating structural balance in the upper body, 1-to-1 push and pull ratio, and using a horizontal plane of pushing and pulling here instead of the vertical plane from my primaries. And then to really finish off and get some isolation in the chest and the upper back, I'm doing some chest flies, and I use this D roller under my back because it allows the scapula to get full retraction through the movement, so you get full range of motion and you recruit more muscle fibers when doing the chest flies. This is an excellent way to build muscle mass in the chest. And then I'm doing some cable face pulls and really working on the rhomboids and the trapezius and the muscles in the upper back here. And that was it for my workout. Great workout. If you want to learn more about it, hit me up or go to unitygym.com.